Lion Air plane crash body bags used to recover crash victims. The aircraft model in the deadly Indonesian plane crash was bound for Australia, it has emerged. As the search effort focuses on finding bodies, a search and rescue agency official says he's not expecting any survivors from Lion Air flight JT610, which crashed into seas off Jakarta with 189 people aboard. The operations director at the agency, Bambang Suryoaji, says the search effort is focusing on finding bodies. He said 6 body bags have been used so far for human remains recovered. Aji said the location of the plane hull hasn't been identified yet. Waters where it sank are up to 30 meters deep. The search is currently planned to last 7 days and could be extended. The passenger plane had only been in service 2 months. Lion Air said the plane was delivered on August 15 and had clocked 800 hours of flying time before the disaster. There are no Boeing 737 MAX 8s in use by Australian Airlines. However, Virgin Australia has a number of MAX 8s on order due to arrive by November 2019. A Virgin Australia spokeswoman said it was too soon to comment on whether Virgin would review that order. In light of the Indonesia crash, she said the airline would not comment on how many MAX 8s it had ordered. The Boeing 737 MAX 8 vanished from the radar 13 minutes after takeoff. Boeing's 737 MAX fleet first went into service last year and was in use by more than 100 airlines worldwide. The MAX 8 model can seat up to 210 passengers and is a single-aisle jet powered by twin CFM LEAP-1B engines. It is 39.5 meters long and has a 35.9 meters wingspan. Boeing said in a statement it was deeply saddened by the loss of Flight JT610. We express our concern for those on board and extend heartfelt sympathies to their families and loved ones, the statement read. Boeing stands ready to provide technical assistance to the accident investigation. The plane was headed to Pangkal Pinang, an island east of Sumatra. It was carrying 189 people, including 2 infants and its crew. The airline is known for its poor safety record. The aircraft disappeared near Karawang in West Java province, said Yusuf Latif, a spokesman for the National Search and Rescue Agency. Lion Air Flight JT610 requested to return to base, with air traffic control losing contact with the pilots after approving the request. Yohanes Saray, a spokesman for the country's air navigation authorities, said. Indonesia's disaster agency posted photos online of a crushed smartphone, books, bags and parts of the aircraft fuselage that had been collected by search and rescue vessels. President Joko Widodo ordered the Transport Safety Commission to investigate and urged Indonesians to keep on praying as rescuers search for victims. A spokesperson for DFAT said the Australian embassy is making urgent inquiries to determine if any Australians were on board the flight. The Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade is following closely reports of the crash into the sea of Lion Air Flight JT610, the spokesperson said. Indonesian authorities are undertaking a search and rescue operation and, at this stage, there are no reports of survivors. The Australian embassy in Jakarta is making urgent inquiries with local authorities to determine if any Australians were on board the flight. Piloting the aircraft was Captain Bobby Suneha, assisted by co-pilot Harvino, who together had a combined total of 11,000 hours flying time, according to a statement by Lion Air. They were assisted by flight attendants Mary Yulianda, Alviani Hidayatul Salika, Damayanti Simmer Mata, Danai Mala, Citra Noivita Angelia and Shintia Molina. 3 of the cabin crew members were in training, the statement said. Weather conditions were normal, but the brand new aircraft had experienced a technical issue on its previous flight. In the aftermath of the crash, friends and relatives prayed and hugged each other as they waited at Pangkal Pinang's airport. At the National Search and Rescue Agency headquarters in Jakarta, family members turned up, hoping desperately for news. Feni, who uses a single name, said her soon-to-be married sister was on the flight planning to meet relatives in Pangkal Pinang. We are here to find any information about my younger sister, her fiancé, her in-law-to-be and a friend of them, Feni said. We don't have any information, she said, as her father wiped tears from red eyes. No one provided us with any information that we need. We're confused. We hope that our family is still alive, she said. Indonesia's finance minister Sri Mulyani also arrived at the agency and met with its chief, seeking information about 20 finance ministry staff who were on the flight. Meanwhile, Australian officials and contractors are being instructed by the Department of Foreign and Trade to avoid flying with Lion Airlines after the horrific crash. The crash is yet another setback for the rapidly growing Indonesian aviation sector, which infamously had all airlines blacklisted from entering European airspace following a spate of incidents and reports of deteriorating safety standards during the 1990s.